Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to my SB Madam Azrina binti Osman and Dr. Amizatul Hawa binti Maksani as my panel. My name is Nur Shalika Ilani binti Azmi. Metric number is B0620104222. In this video presentation, I would like to talk about the final year project 1 to research the study on digital banking usage that influence the banking performance in Malaysia. Background of the study in digital banking is the finance industry that particularly the banking sector benefits from the growth of information technology since it effectively helps bank organizations service to their consumers. Since then, rapid improvement in technology and automation have helped to rapidly expand banking service outside of Malaysia borders. According to a poll by the Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission, 88.7% of the population used the internet in 2020, and the percentage of people who use the internet to make financial transactions climbed from 54.2% in 2018 to 63.8% in 2020. Digital banking allows the use of technology to conduct banking transactions in a smooth manner for a cashless technology. The service offered by the financial institution also continue challenge and cater to the attitude of consumers who are accepting of new technology product to gain market opportunities. Therefore, this research is needed to close the research gap and gather relevant data to help digital banking users in working towards the development of digital banking service that will satisfy and draw in more potential users in digital banking. Next is problem statement. Digital banking is a new field that having a little understood in Malaysia. A rising body of literature describe that potential advantage of using digital banking including its economic effectiveness and convenience, but the intention to use the digital banking influenced by the risk of system insecurity as well as trust from the consumers. To survive and thrive in the evolving financials, digital banking are encouraged to produce great customer perceived value. Therefore, the development of understanding information in digital banking highlight the necessity of establishing an effectiveness recommendation system to increase understanding in this era. Second problem statement is there is not much research in the literature on the problems from a Malaysian banker's perspective. Despite the relatively recent introduction of digital banking concepts in Malaysia, by examining how convenience, economic efficiency, functional risk, security risk, critical mass, trust, perceived value, and environmental concerns influence the usage of digital banking. So, this study addresses issue with the literature in general and the Malaysian context also aims to investigate the factor of using digital banking in order to increase banking performance. Third is, as indicated, the movement towards the full adoption of digital payments method requires attention to more than just benefits. Consumers who are worried about their privacy and security, who cannot pay for their goods and the checkout. These risks are related to functionality such as privacy and access, also to social psychological issues. For instance, as impersonalizations. A positive trend of retail consumer using digital banking activities is lagging when linked to global indicator. So, in addition, it defined although the number of digital banking users in Malaysia is increasing, but there is still a gap in population within non-users of digital banking, why digital banking is useful for increasing bank performance in Malaysia. Next is research question and research objective. For research question is what type of digital banking used in banking institution in Malaysia? Second is what are the factors that influence the usage of digital banking in increased banking performance in Malaysia? Third is what are the relationship between the factors of using digital banking that will increase the banking performance in Malaysia? Next is research objective is to identify the type of digital banking used in banking institution in Malaysia. Second is to determine the factors that influence the usage of digital banking in increased banking performance in Malaysia. Third is to investigate the relationship between the factors of using digital banking that will increase the banking performance in Malaysia. Next is literature review in Chapter 2. Traditional banking activities and programs have up until recently been accessible to customers only when they were present inside of bank branch. Digital banking refers to the process by which these activities and programs have been digitized or moved online. Digital banking is a business model that relies on a technological platform to allow banks and consumers to exchange data for execute transactions. This data exchange is accomplished through the use of digital device linked to computer software over the internet. Customers are not required to visit physical bank branch to do business, and banks are not required to meet with customers to complete the transactions. However, in recent decades, digital transformation has been widely accepted in all fields such as management, business, information system, information technology, and corporate marketing. The development of digital service based on information and communication technology has a significant and varied effect on all industry while creating a new business environment called the digital business ecosystems. Digital transformation in its implementation is more than just providing online and mobile banking service. The need for digital transformation in the banking industry is experiencing rapid progress. Furthermore, in measuring digital transformation, it depends on the organization's readiness to adopt it seen from product or service innovations, customer and advocacy, data capitalizations, business operation, and employees development. So, in this research, I will using conceptual framework. In digital banking usage that influence the banking performance, first is perceived usefulness. It refers to a situation which customer views of the capacity to increase job efficiency, for instance by saving time and accessing service in numerous ways. In terms theory mentioned that perceived usefulness could be used to measure how far a user believes a specific application to increase work performance. Second is reliability of the banking system. This study considered the combination of trust and security. It indicates that customers are comfortable using the service without fear of dangers or other difficulties. A high level of trust increases the desire to use digital financial service. Customers that have faith in a website or application find it highly useful. Digital banking experience were also shown to be harmed by perceived risk. The third is information quality. The qualities of the information are measured by the output of the information system and sources. The service used in the post-implementation phase, such as the data format, are affected by the need of the service required. Irrelevant, old-fashioned, unreliable service can cause the credibility of the service, but cause a distrust among the users. Information quality can be seen as the main factor that leads to satisfaction, as it affects behavioral belief that can lead to the intention to use the digital banking. Furthermore, digital banking customers may be less satisfied if the information they get is not a high quality. These three independence variable, which is perceived useful, reliability of the banking system, and information quality, came from the dependent variable, which is the factors that influence the usage of digital banking in increased banking performance. This conceptual framework referred to Kagan et al. 2020 article. Okay, next is Chapter 3 in research methodology. Research design that I will use is the descriptive research to determine the study on digital banking. This is because the descriptive research can be conducted by utilizing specific data collection methods such as question and survey. For methodology choice, I prefer to choose the quantitative method to collect data. So it's obtaining the result by statistical analysis and can be used to observe the situation or events that affect something from the banker's perceptions. So in primary and secondary data sources, the researcher will distribute the questionnaire via Google Form and secondary data from Google Scholar, Consensus, and Emerald database to find a journal article. After that is sampling design. In this research, I will going to use purposive sampling because the researcher will only distribute the questionnaire to the employers who familiar with digital banking usage and respondents that will volunteer answer the questions. The target population in Malaysia that we will select is 30 respondents from 10 banking institutions in Malaysia, which is Maybank, Bank Islam, Bank Islam Nasional, RHB Bank, FIM Bank, CIMB Bank, Bank Rakyat, Public Bank, and Bank and Halian Bank. In research strategy and questionnaire design, the researcher will use survey strategy and will create the questionnaire based in previous research that related to the study, with Section A, Section B, and Section C. Section A about the respondent demographic. Section B is about the type of digital banking, and Section C will address the factors that influence the users of digital banking in increased banking performance in Malaysia. The researcher will add 5-point Likert scale in Section B and C, which is strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, and strongly agree. For the pilot test, the researcher will select 50 respondents to evaluate and integrate into the final questionnaire. And lastly, I will using the SPSS version 26 to interpretation of the result that the researcher collect and will analyze the data using a variety of methods, including descriptive analysis, Pearson correlation analysis, and linear regression analysis. So, lastly, in conclusion, the researcher will proceed to continue Chapter 4 after collect the data from the 300 target respondents to determine the study on digital banking usage that influence the banking performance in Malaysia. That's all from me. Thank you for listening and attention.